Good day, Pilgrim. Today I'm going to tell you who my favorite actor is. But I bet you already figured it out. Yeah, I know it's John Wayne. Come back here in 7.5 seconds and I'll tell you why.
Let the swing begin. Marco Wall is at it again. And that cat is swinging. Yeah, that cat is swinging. The party don't stop when
Many film lovers are surprised to find that the iconic actor John Wayne was born in the quintessential small town of Winterset, Iowa. But the folks in Winterset will never forget. In fact, Duke Wayne, hometown boy, has become a cottage industry there. The main avenue in town is John Wayne Drive. A sign in front of the village bootery on Courthouse Square acknowledges that Wayne's father toiled in that building as an assistant pharmacist at the time of Wayne's birth on May 26, 1907. There's an old Dodge van sometimes seen around town. On its side is a dramatic airbrush painting of John Wayne as J.B. Books in The Shootist, captioned, "The Legend." My hotel, at least during my stay, had a life-size cutout of John Wayne displayed in the lobby. The casual but stylish restaurant and bar called The Drift featured a cocktail called the John Wayne Old Fashioned. The Sports Page bar had a somewhat scary-looking mural of a cowboy-hatted John Wayne glowering at a mountain lake for no apparent reason. The Pheasant Run bar was notable for its wall-size anti-Biden flag, a mannequin fully kitted out in battle gear, and a G.I. Joe-sized John Wayne statuette on the back bar. Next to the former come-and-go service station and convenience store, the Madison County Chamber of Commerce electric sign reminded passers-by to sign up for the Rotary-sponsored John Wayne 5K Run Walk. During the annual Memorial Day weekend, John Wayne Days, you can eat large and fluffy Kiwanis-made flapjacks at the John Wayne Pancake Breakfast and attend the Gala John Wayne Birthday Dinner and Benefit Auction at the Madison County Fairgrounds. They still celebrate the Duke's birthday every Memorial Day weekend in Winterset. The institutional anchor holding it all together? The John Wayne Birthplace and Museum in the heart of Winterset. Trust me, it's a long haul from Winterset to Hollywood. Let me show you why. Chances are you've never heard of the John Wayne Birthplace and Museum. Until I wrote my book, John Wayne Speaks, neither had I. But apparently every other John Wayne fan in America has. I know, because I talked to hundreds of them from across the country and around the world over Memorial Day weekend a couple of years ago. They had come to celebrate the opening of the new $1.6 million gallery, which nearly doubles the museum's exhibition space. The displays in the expanded museum are a Wayne fan's dream. The older wing, which is spacious and well-lighted, is now devoted strictly to Wayne's movies. 3 sheets, lobby cards, inserts, and other collectible posters line the walls. Behind the glass display cases are Wayne's movie costumes, including his cavalry uniform from She Wore a Yellow Ribbon. Great movie. An eye patch from True Grit. Great movie, which was a gift to the museum from the Duke's son, Michael Wayne. A shirt from The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. Great movie. A hat and coat from Rio Bravo. And more, much of which was donated to the museum by such die-hard fans as Joseph Zuckschwert, the current president of the museum's board of directors. I think you're going to find that John Wayne fans are devoted, truly devoted, Zuckschwert told me. And it's just great to share that with others. He himself is so devoted that despite living in the greater Philadelphia area, He makes his way to Winterset 8 to 10 times a year on museum business. The museum's new wing is mainly given over to the theme of friends and family. In particular, Maureen O'Hara, the actress who co-starred with Wayne in 5 films, including McClintock and Rio Grande. O'Hara visited Winterset in 2013 for the museum's groundbreaking, was impressed by what she found, and offered to donate what is today one of the museum's most prized possessions, the jaunting cart from The Quiet Man. Brian Downs, the museum's executive director, places his hand lovingly on the cart's large wagon wheel. This is it, he tells me, the star of the show. And indeed, for any movie lover who believes that The Quiet Man belongs in the pantheon of cinema, it's a thrill to stand next to the same cart that carried Sean Trooper Thornton through the Irish countryside while he wooed Mary-Kate Danaher. My favorite display, though, in the new wing is the custom-designed forest green 1972 Grand Safari station wagon. The car was Wayne's daily driver, used to shuttle his large family around Newport Beach and elsewhere in Southern California, where it was a familiar sight to the locals. Even though it was the largest car Pontiac made at the time, Wayne wasn't satisfied. He took the wagon to custom car designer George Barris, who retrofitted the vehicle for Wayne with a raised front roof, enabling the 6'4" actor to climb inside without having to bend his neck, even while wearing a hat. And yet the Pontiac is just a car, not an outlandish limo with a full bar in back and neon underlighting. It's just a family station wagon. And therein lies one of the fundamental allures to fans. Wayne, at heart, was a simple man, a family man, a small-town Iowan, a neighborhood guy who was often found fishing by himself on Southern California's Balboa Pier at the far end of Newport Beach. And when he pulled up at the local Newport Beach supermarket in the Grand Safari, he never said no to an autograph seeker. The museum's new wing puts Wayne, the man, on full display. The museum's roots stretch back to 1980, the year after Wayne's death. The 4-room house where Marion Robert Morrison, the actor's birth name, was born, had just come on the market. A local group of do-gooders who thought the property was worth preserving bought the old place, but probably had some second thoughts. The roof was leaking and the front porch was falling in on itself. But the structure's benign neglect meant that the home still retained its 1907 appearance, including stained glass windows, window and door trim, and decorative woodwork. The John Wayne Birthplace house, which today is adjacent to the modern museum, opened to the public in 1982 and was an instant hit. Early visitors included actors Ben Johnson and Patricia Neal, President Ronald Reagan, and Wayne's sons Michael, Patrick, and Ethan. Wayne's widow Pilar and daughter Marissa came in 1986, the year Winterset renamed First Street to John Wayne Drive. More than 34 Wayne family members showed up in 2007 for the 100th anniversary of Wayne's birth, including his wife Pilar, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. The Wayne family even donated the handsome bronze statue of Wayne that today stands at the museum entrance. Wayne's daughter, Aisa, a museum board member, is an active backer of the museum's efforts and routinely appears at museum events. It was at the 2007 centenary event before becoming board president that Joe Zuckschwert made his presence felt. He was one of the country's great collectors of Wayne memorabilia. Posters, costumes, mementos, all things Duke. So impressed was he with the plans for a new museum that he told the board of directors, "You build a museum and I will bring my collection to Winterset." The first phase of the museum, at 6,100 square feet, opened on May 26, 2015. Actor Barry Corbin, who starred in Lonesome Dove, Yellowstone, Northern Exposure, and so many more films and great TV series, and Christopher Mitchum, son of Robert Mitchum, both of whom had acted alongside Wayne, held the ribbon for the ceremonial cutting by Aisa Wayne. 7 years later, a packed dinner and film screening were held as part of the Memorial Day annual Wayne celebration. Both Barry Corbin, and I've been a huge fan since forever, and I spoke to the theater crowd. Afterwards, Barry Corbin and I went back to the hotel where we were both staying, shared a drink, and I cannot tell you how amazed I was when he came up to me with a copy of my book, John Wayne Speaks, and asked me to autograph it for him. I was totally blown away. Later on, I was invited to go sit on the wide front porch of museum director Brian Downs. Aisa Wayne, John Wayne's daughter, was already there with her filmmaker husband, Scott Conrad, rocking in a cushioned chair, and for the next 2 hours, now whiskey may have been involved, we talked all night. There's more to Winterset and surrounding Madison County than just the museum. Fans of the book and movie The Bridges of Madison County appreciate the landscape's rolling hills, never-ending cornfields, and its raft of beautiful 19th century covered bridges. Many scenes from the movie were filmed in downtown Winterset. There are also rural microbreweries, a cidery, and a distillery within 20 minutes of town. The expansion of the John Wayne Birthplace and Museum takes the cultural facility into a new realm, one in which it can feature a greater number of temporary exhibitions, host more events with special guests, and join the next echelon of the museum world in general. There are some who will forever associate John Wayne with Hollywood. There are plenty of others who will always think of him as an Orange County, California neighbor, shaking hands with fans on the street or while fishing from the end of the local pier. But Winterset, Iowa, may have the strongest claim to being the home to the Duke. Wayne himself, as Sean Thornton in The Quiet Man, might have settled the argument when he proclaimed, "I was born in that little cottage over there, and I've come home. And home I'm gonna stay." Now, I know that was a terrible John Wayne impression. I can't do a good one, but you get the idea. Hey, listen, the museum is a fabulous place. It does celebrate John Wayne's birthday every Memorial Day weekend from here until eternity. Plan a visit. If you're ever in the Iowa area, go there. You will not regret it. Great people there. Anyway, that's my pitch. Mwah! See you later.
Let the swing begin. Orwoll is at it again, and that cat is swinging. Yeah, that cat is swinging. The party don't stop when Mark's in the spin.